Muito bem, pessoal, tudo bom? Como vocês podem ver até no reloginho aqui, a gente está gravando uma entrevista porque nós precisamos depois traduzir essa entrevista para liberá-las para vocês aqui no nosso canal no YouTube e também nas outras plataformas. Eu entrevisto hoje o John, que é o fundador do novo aplicativo que promete trazer liberdade de expressão para todas as pessoas no mundo inteiro. Então eu vou bater um papo com o John e não sai daí não que a gente vai para a vinheta, a gente volta daqui a pouquinho. Muito bem, então a entrevista tão esperada com o John. E a partir de agora só vou falar inglês, tá, pessoal? Mas a gente vai traduzir depois para vocês. So, John, no Portuguese anymore. Welcome to our show. Welcome to Terça Livre. We are very, very happy. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you to create this amazing platform that gives us free speech, something that we are missing in Brazil a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. And yes, of course, that's the whole goal is to break everybody of the censorship police worldwide.
So, first of all, I would like to hear from you. Thank you. I would like to hear from you what really inspired you to create this platform. What is the reason? Why did you do that?
We saw a problem in 2016 where a lot of journalists and media outlets were losing revenue and losing money because these tech companies were changing algorithms. And then this progressed to not just media outlets, to then everyday people who were losing their voice because they were being censored for either their views or what they were thinking and what was going on in the world. And so we believe that everybody should have their ability to share their opinion in the world and should have debate. And we think that if you talk about things, that everything will become better and you can solve problems rather than hiding behind censorship, which is authoritative and wrong.
Well, it's a kind of situation that we are facing in Brazil too. And I have a couple of questions here that I take from our followers on Parler. They sent me some questions here. The first of all, of course, is when are we going to have a Portuguese version for Parler? People are asking me a lot. I do not know English. I do not know anything. I need help here. Please put it in Portuguese. Do you have a date or something like that?
It will come out on iPhone and the web first, hopefully within a week or two. But Android is going to take longer. We don't have any language support on Android other than English, but iPhone will be soon, and so will the website version.
Okay. After that, privacy rights. This is a very hard topic for us. We are facing some persecution here from the politicians. We have a Congress fighting against fake news, what they call fake news, trying to silence the conservative voice on the internet. And yeah, go ahead.
2 points. One is from privacy standpoint, we don't share any data. We don't share any information about people, and we keep it private. Any data that we do get, we try to make it unusable so that even if somehow people were to get a hold of it, it would be useless to them. So when people get verified, for example, on Parler, that data is illegible once the verification process is complete. So people cannot get access to data. Two, when it comes to fake news, we believe that that the definition of quote unquote fake news is just there to stifle people's speech. If you know what, basically every time they say this is fake news, it's because it's a politically driven thing and they want to shut people down for believing in something. So they say this one person is a quote unquote expert, and this expert will then tell you what to think and what to believe. And that's wrong. And so we believe that people should talk about what they think is true and false and not rely on authoritative bullies to tell people what to say and believe.
Yes, and the verification, it's hard for Brazilian people because I have passport, but lots of Brazilians do not have passport. So they are asking if there any possibility to get verified with Brazilian documents, like ID, Brazilian ID or something like that.
Whatever you guys have that you use, I'd love to take suggestions and we can improve it, because passports are the default, but maybe we can find another tool to help people get verified.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I give you one right now, CPF. It's a document that we can get in Brazil, or Brazilian ID, and that could help people a lot. And the third question here is shadow ban. So people are asking, is Parler really free of shadow ban? I mean, is there any possibility that we can have this kind of a tool coming from the company, slowing down what we are sharing, how many likes or echoes? I'm getting used with the
No, no, we don't do anything. We have a very simple algorithm. It's just chronological. And so it creates some problems. For example, there's a big trend in the United States where people do what's called follow for follow. Just don't do that, which is you only follow people you're interested in, and your content will be reached by everybody. There's no algorithms that are fancy and getting in the way, and there's nothing that we do to interfere. It's all organic. We believe in the concept of a town square, where we're giving you tools, and it's up to society and it's up to people to figure out what to do with those tools. And we do not intervene in any way.
So it means that doesn't work hunt followers and gets lots of followers that people will not get involved with what we are posting. That doesn't work at all, right? Something like that.
We don't get involved. So if you collect a lot of followers and you're getting popular, that's great. Good for you. If you don't and your message isn't liked, then people might not get to you, and at least you'll know. There's a big problem with social media companies, not us, but other companies. They are very elitist. They decide that there's a select group of people, and those people get the most reach. We don't believe in that. Anybody can go viral on Parler because anybody can echo it and anybody can engage with it. And it's pretty cool to see how, what becomes popular. Your ideas could become popular again, even if you aren't in the elite.
Yeah, that's pretty good. For me, that would be the first time. Because I have shadow ban on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. So yeah, I'm liking a lot. Streaming. This is something that Brazilian people love. People will complain a lot that I'm not streaming this interview. I know they will. They will say, "I cannot believe that you didn't stream that," because I would like to make some questions live. But streaming is something that I really love. I enjoy. I like this an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of streaming, talking with my audience, trying to get some comments from my followers. It's hard because it's too many comments, but streaming it is something that we really love in Brazil. Is there any chance to have streaming on Parler?
We will eventually. We are actively targeted by companies who want us to change our community guidelines. And so a normal tech company can say, I'd like to do streaming, and they pick up a phone and they call a company and or they look on the internet and they get access to a streaming partner. We have to build it ourselves because every time we've contacted streaming partners, they say, as long as you ban people that we want you to, we'll work with you. And so because we won't do that, because we refuse to do that, we have to build it from scratch, and it takes longer.
That's true. That's true. Groups and pages. I saw some questions. People are asking for groups and pages. I do not enjoy that much because I do not have enough time to participate on forums, all that stuffs. But groups in page, do you have any plan for that on Parler?
I like the idea of adding groups. I'm not familiar with pages, but I like the idea of groups a lot. They can be very, very helpful. So we will build a group solution eventually.
That's gonna be very very funny because groups is nice. I like groups, but I just do not have enough time to participate in all of them. I remember. Have you heard about Orkut from Google?
No.
Yeah, that was a social media very strong in Brazil and India, not in America. And we have lots of groups over there and forums, very long debates that you would spend like a week just to follow all the posts. That was funny. That was pretty
We
good.
should get a link to that so we can investigate and try to incorporate some ideas. But just to keep in mind, it will take a while to get a lot of this stuff done because we're focusing so much on scaling to basically accommodate all the new people. So we're focusing on scale, which means development of new features is going to take some time. But as long as people are active on the platform and as long as we continue to grow, it makes it easier to build out these features because we'll have the resources to do so.
Great. How many users, Brazilian users, we have right now, more or less?
I don't know how many Brazilians, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I have not looked.
Yeah,
No.
I'm curious because Brazil is very involved with social media. We have lots of users in Brazil. One of the biggest YouTube channel in the world are from here. Twitter too, and I do believe that that's gonna be fun. I mean, the American people.
There
seeing,
should be a lot. I remember the first day when a lot of Brazilians started joining, I noticed the flag showing up in the comment section. I was like, what is going on? And then I looked at the map. We have a map of where people are joining from. And I was like, where did just the first day, it was like 10, 20,000 or something. And I was like,
wow.
where, what, Brazil? How?
Yeah, we are crazy for social media. It's social media became for us a place to talk and place to listen to what we do not have on TV or radio. So social media is the unique place that we have freedom, kind of, on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, kind of a freedom to talk and express our beliefs and all that stuff. So that's why people are going to social media a lot in Brazil. So next question, and if some big tech want to, in the future, to buy Parler and finish the freedom, people asked me, do you gonna put Parler on a table for big techs and become billionaire?
There's two things that we want as a company. Number one, and the most important thing, and all the investors, everybody who's been involved in Parler, this is the most important thing, is free speech and privacy. So that's number one. Free speech and privacy is number one above everything. Number two is, as a company, making money, of course. So as long as number two doesn't hurt number one, that's okay. But we will always be free speech focused. So that's the most important piece. So to answer your question, there are quite a few companies we would never sell to, period, for any amount of money.
Could you name some of them?
Twitter?
No. I'm kidding. That's fine. We all know what company does these things. Well, I would like just to expand our interview. I made all the questions I would like to, but I just would like to finish talking to you about freedom. It's very important for us in the whole world. Keep freedom at first place. And we are looking at all these movements, all these moves, better saying, all these moves from billionaires trying to silence people. Do not let them share their ideas. That started with books. After that, they really banned all the journalists or intellectuals that spoke out some truths they didn't want to hear. And social media became a very good place for that. How do you see America defending freedom and Brazil defending freedom? Now Bolivia also defending freedom. People in Venezuela trying to survive and also trying to defend freedom against some dictators, formal dictators or dictators that people sometimes do not pay attention that much. They are really dictators. How do you see all this control about speech, freedom of speech in the world?
I think there becomes a certain point where people, especially the wealthy, or not just the wealthy, but the elite, where they think they now know better than everybody else, and they are trying to shut down speech. And it seems to be an effort promoted by big tech companies that they think that they're smarter and better than everybody else, and they no longer believe in people's ability to have debate and discussion. And so this is not just in Brazil or the United States or South America even. This is internationally. I mean, we've talked to people all over the world who are saying that these tech companies are trying to tell people what's true and what's not true. They're trying to tell people what they can say and they cannot say, and what they can do and what they can't do. And I call them techno-fascists, because it's wrong to tell people what to think and what to do. And you need to have an open discussion and open debate. So I think that what's happening is you're seeing a large group of people trying to assert their authority and assert their power over everybody in the world. And it's wrong. And that's why we want to promote free speech, because everybody should be able to discuss issues. If you can't discuss issues, you don't have freedom. If you can't have the freedom to talk.
That's true. That's really true. So the interview is very short. I ask sorry for my audience, but we have few people to translate the interview. I hope you come back. I hope we can have a long talk soon about freedom of speech, about democracy, about all these things that we defend, about liberty. These topics are very, very amazing to spread with our friends, and this is what we want to do here in Terça Livre. So thank you so much for giving your time for us, and I wish the best for you, and I wish that you became a billionaire, of course, but defending the truth and defend freedom. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yep. Então, pessoal, eu acabei entrevistando aqui o John. Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado bastante da entrevista. É óbvio que, como eu disse, nós teremos outras entrevistas com ele. A gente tem uma equipe pequena. Eu vou contar com voluntários para traduzir, legendar em português, para que você possa acompanhar. Mas, em breve, a gente faz uma entrevista mais longa. E por hora, é isso. Obrigado e até a próxima, se Deus quiser. Tchau, tchau.